What if I told you that right now, as you're watching this video, three companies are locked in a $4 trillion battle that will determine who controls the next decade of human progress? One chipmaker just crossed the $4 trillion threshold, but the war for AI supremacy is only beginning. The question isn't whether artificial intelligence will reshape our world. That's already happening. The real question is this: which company will own the brain of every AI system on Earth? Today, we're diving deep into the most consequential technology battle of our generation. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this chip war matters more than any other corporate rivalry in history, and why the winner will literally control the future. But first, let me paint you a picture of just how massive this opportunity really is. We're not talking about some niche tech market here. According to leading industry analysts, the market for AI servers and edge devices alone will explode to over $450 billion by 2030. That's larger than the entire GDP of most countries. Think about it this way: every single AI application you can imagine, from self-driving cars to smart factories to the chatbot on your phone, needs one thing to function: specialized chips. These aren't your grandfather's computer processors. These are the picks and shovels of the AI gold rush, and whoever controls them controls everything. So, who are the gladiators in this arena? Let me introduce you to the three titans reshaping our technological destiny. First up, we have Nvidia, the undisputed heavyweight champion of AI chips. They command a staggering 92% share of the GPU market and recently became the first semiconductor company to hit a $4 trillion market cap. Their H100 and upcoming Blackwell chips are the Ferrari engines powering ChatGPT, Google's AI, and virtually every major AI breakthrough you've heard about. But here's where it gets interesting. Nvidia isn't fighting this battle alone. Enter AMD, the scrappy underdog with a hunger that's absolutely terrifying their competition. While everyone was focused on Nvidia's meteoric rise, AMD quietly posted the fastest data center GPU revenue growth in the industry. Their first quarter sales jumped 62% year over year, and they're not slowing down. Then there's the wild card that most people don't see coming: ARM Holdings. You might not recognize their name, but I guarantee you're using their technology right now. They control 99% of mobile CPU intellectual property. Every iPhone, every Android device, every smart gadget in your home runs on ARM architecture. Their IPO was valued at $118 billion, and now they're pivoting hard into AI accelerators. What makes this battle absolutely fascinating is that each company is fighting with completely different weapons and strategies. Nvidia is playing the premium game. They're prepaying Taiwan Semiconductor manufacturing company over $12 billion to secure the most advanced chip production capacity on the planet. It's like buying out the entire factory before your competitors even know what hit them. AMD is going full guerrilla warfare. They've spent over $6 billion on strategic acquisitions, building an ecosystem to challenge Nvidia's dominance. They're betting that open source software and aggressive pricing can crack Nvidia's seemingly impenetrable moat. ARM is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Their licensing royalty model is pure genius. They don't manufacture anything, yet they collect royalties on virtually every mobile device sold globally. With gross margins of 94%, they're essentially a toll booth on the highway of modern computing. But here's what makes this story even more compelling. This isn't just a battle happening in Silicon Valley boardrooms. It's a geopolitical chess match with supply chains stretched across the globe. The entire industry depends on a single choke point: Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. TSMC makes the most advanced chips for all three companies, and that concentration of power has governments around the world losing sleep at night. The recent push for friendshoring, moving production to allied countries, is reshaping how these companies think about their futures. Add in the export control drama between the United States and China, and you've got a perfect storm. These aren't just business decisions anymore. They're matters of national security, which is why headlines keep screaming about the chip war. The battlefield is also expanding in ways that would have been unimaginable just 5 years ago. We're seeing the emergence of AI PCs powered by Qualcomm's Orion processors and Intel's Lunar Lake chips. This threatens the GPU-only dominance that Nvidia has enjoyed for so long. Meanwhile, the robotics revolution and autonomous factories are creating demand for low-power edge accelerators. This is where ARM and AMD see their biggest opportunity to outflank Nvidia's data center stronghold. So, who's actually winning this trillion-dollar Game of Thrones? The answer isn't as simple as you might think. Nvidia clearly leads in revenue and margins, but they're facing supply constraints and a valuation that has some investors nervous. Their stock has become so expensive that even small disappointments could trigger massive corrections. AMD is gaining market share through their open-source ROCm platform and aggressive price undercutting, but they're still fighting an uphill battle against Nvidia's CUDA ecosystem that developers have spent years learning. ARM might be the dark horse everyone's underestimating. They're collecting royalties on every AI-powered smartphone and Internet of Things device, building a war chest that could fund their next big move. The truth is, this war is far from over, and the next phase could completely reshape the leaderboard. What's coming next could completely blindside even the smartest investors watching this space. Here's what most analysts are missing. We're not just looking at a single winner-take-all scenario. The AI chip battlefield is fracturing into 3 distinct theaters of war, and each one could crown a different champion. Scenario 1. Nvidia maintains fortress dominance. If their CUDA software ecosystem proves truly unbreakable, they could hold on to 70% market share for years to come. Developers have invested millions of hours learning CUDA programming. Switching costs are astronomical. Every major AI breakthrough from OpenAI to Google DeepMind runs on CUDA. That's an incredibly powerful moat, but Scenario 2 tells a different story entirely. Open standards and AI-enabled personal computers could shrink Nvidia down to just 40% of the market. AMD's ROCm platform is gaining serious traction among cost-conscious enterprises. Meanwhile, Qualcomm's Orion processors and Intel's Lunar Lake chips are bringing AI acceleration directly into laptops and desktops. Suddenly, you don't need a massive data center GPU for every AI task. Then there's Scenario 3, the wild card that keeps executives awake at night. A supply chain shock that completely reshuffles the deck. Whether it's tensions around Taiwan, natural disasters, or trade restrictions, whoever owns the most resilient manufacturing capacity wins by default. This is why Nvidia is essentially buying insurance with those $12 billion TSMC prepayments. The smart money isn't betting on just one horse. They're hedging across all 3 scenarios because the stakes are simply too high to get wrong. But here's where this gets really fascinating. The battlefield is expanding faster than any single company can dominate it. Edge computing is exploding. Every smart factory, autonomous vehicle, and IoT device needs specialized silicon. The total addressable market isn't just growing, it's multiplying across dozens of different use cases. This creates opportunities for all 3 companies to win simultaneously. Nvidia could dominate training massive AI models in data centers. AMD could capture the cost-sensitive enterprise market. ARM could own the edge computing revolution happening in everything from smart cameras to industrial robots. The real question isn't who wins, It's how big each slice of this $4 trillion pie becomes. Looking ahead, there are three catalysts that could completely change this race overnight. First, breakthrough chip architectures that make current technology obsolete. Second, major shifts in AI software that favor different hardware approaches. Third, geopolitical events that force rapid supply chain restructuring. Any one of these could turn today's leader into tomorrow's also-ran. What makes this story so compelling is that we're still in the early innings. The AI revolution isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. Every breakthrough in autonomous driving, robotics, and scientific computing creates new demand for specialized silicon. The companies that position themselves correctly today will reap rewards for decades. So which company do you think emerges victorious from this $4 trillion battle? Will Nvidia's software moat prove unbreakable? Can AMD's open source strategy crack their dominance? Or will ARM's licensing model quietly collect tolls on the entire AI highway? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to see where you're placing your bets, and if you found this deep dive valuable, you're going to love what's coming next. Because behind all three of these chip giants stands one company that actually makes their dreams reality. The hidden titan that every AI breakthrough depends on, yet most people have never heard of them. Click that video right there to discover the untold story of TSMC, the company that literally manufactures the future. Trust me, after watching that, you'll never look at your smartphone the same way again. The AI chip war is just getting started, and the next battle could determine who controls the next century of human progress.